Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to more BTS America's Action. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit, bringing you day 4 of coverage, but I'm not going to be going at it alone. I got my good buddy, Spin TD, Gem TD champion of Fire, Dota, Mr. Fluff. Fluff, how you doing, buddy? Oh, hold on a second. Fluff, hello? Hold on a second. Hey, Fluff, sorry, I hit some wrong buttons there and I couldn't hear you. Welcome, my TD friend. How you doing?
What's up? I'm doing good.
Great,
man.
man.
After yesterday.
Awesome. Yeah, man, congratulations. You're going to be going to New York. You've qualified through ESL 1. How's it feel?
Great. I mean, like, we all wanted it really bad. We were putting our full focus on it, and we accomplished the goal, and that always feels good.
Yeah, I felt like what happened there is, you know, there was a bit of discouragement. We were talking a bit off the scene a bit, and, you know, Fire maybe. Some people were kind of counting out. I think there was a lot of attention around DC and Cloud9 and which of those two powerhouses could be the next big EG kind of team. And people were sleeping on Fire. And you know what happens when you get burned, right? Right, Brian? You get burned. And all of a sudden Fire went on a tear. Yeah, I know. I'm starting early. Well, you guys have looked totally, yeah, you guys look totally kick-ass. But here, we got Isurus going to be going toe-to-toe against Complexity here. Isurus, well, we don't know where these guys have been. They always tend to go through that Southern America circuit, and they always pop up for each kind of summit and BTS Americas, and we always don't know what we're going to be getting here. It looks like the roster is potentially changed up a bit, unless they're sporting some new aliases. For me, it's Isurus has always been about fullback and potentially his Meepo. Maybe they have some new big ringers in there. Papita is also a big name I recognize. Do you have any additional information as far as Isurus? If there's anything new we should know?
Is DDX still on this team, or did he leave? I think he was a big part of them as well.
Oh, I unfortunately didn't catch the Reddit trend posts for Isurus on who they swapped as far as rosters. So I'm not I'm not sure if DDX is hidden here still. If maybe they were like, it's time to name change and switched up. Dolce also, Dolce Mania also, big name that pops out. Big Legion Commander player, if I remember correctly. And then there's Complexity, Brian. There's Complexity. They might be coming into this with a bit of a dark cloud over their head. If you didn't already know, they were just playing in the elimination mode, and they did end up dropping their series against Root Gaming. It was very, very tough, and especially the last game was hard to watch. So they're fired up. They're going to come back and look to bounce back strong here, and they've opened up with a bit of a throwback here, Fluff. They get their gyro and a Wisp. A Wisp! He's still a hero.
This is one of their strongest combinations. We were actually very afraid of letting them have this, which is why, if you look, we were banning Wisp in the last series, like first ban, because Complexity is actually very good at running this combination of Wisp Gyro. They're probably one of the best teams in the world at this combination, and it's insanely scary when they get both of these heroes. So I'm actually favoring them right now.
What is it that makes it so scary? Is it the fact that they just work so well together? Is it like they have a system in play where they just kind of do their choreographed gyro wisp dance and just run right over you? Do they bring something unique, or is it just they play this combo better than everyone else that tries to do it?
No, they're very flexible. They're not afraid. Like, you can see wisp gyro in the off lane, you can see it in the mid lane, you can see it in the safe lane. You can see it Swindle playing it, you can see Ziz playing it. Like, there's a lot of random factors, but I think their main strength with the two heroes is that they like to strike and really abuse Gyro's early game potential. They strike in really very quick and unexpected ways. Like, they'll be in your jungle just randomly. Like, you're trying to just stack a camp, will kill you, and then you'll think they'll leave, but they'll be right back in like 20 seconds. Like, they don't let go of the pressure once they get a hold of it.
Oh.
Really scary.
Yeah, especially with the way Gyrocopter have been played lately. Very, very fight-centric. Get that level 7, level 8, you get that smoke, and you go in and try to make good use of that first call down. It's very good timing for a team like that. But this is... You got a cool Wisp there, but I got a Wyvern now, and that's an easy Winter's Curse setup, Splinter Blast setup, and overall can be a bit scary. So I like that. You know, it used to be all about maybe getting something like a Witch Doctor for his Coconut to work with the Tether, but Wyvern has been really something special against Wisp. And it was during the TI 5 qualifier run that we saw a lot of Wyvern really come up, and especially against the Wisp, that it looked really, really good.
And they have the Wisp Darkseer or the Darkseer and Wyvern combo, so you can definitely imagine like a vacuum over the top super easy combo. Queen of Pain, Like, these heroes can deal with Gyrocopter pretty well because, you know, Gyrocopter's HP usually is pretty low. I mean, around the mid game, you probably have something like 1k to 1.2k HP if he builds like, fairly normal items like Phase, Helmadom, Drums. Like, it's very easy to burst the hero, and that's one of his like main weaknesses. Like, one of his very few weaknesses, and Isurus has a pretty good tools to deal with it already. But the thing is that, like, you know, Complexity, they know their team fight strong. I'm sure they'll either pick something to make their team fight a bit stronger, or they're gonna like just not fight them. They're gonna just, you know, they're gonna split push and then use IO to just pick fights that are not in Isurus Gaming's favor. Because you can, like, obviously if you have like a Warlock and then dying on your team, like, you're gonna win a lot of fights, for example. But it's like, if they don't take fights, then what are you gonna do? Like, you have no way to catch. Right now they have to blow Wyvern ulti to get like a pick, and Queen of Pain probably needs like an Orchid, and which means she needs a good start. So like right now it's very easy for Complexity to just run around the map and not feel too pressured. And there you go, there's a Spirit Breaker. Like I said, they needed something to like kind of pick them off of the map. Otherwise they just wouldn't feel scared at all. And Spirit Breaker is definitely really good versus the Wisp because like they're always clumped up together. You can get like multiple bashes, and then it scales well versus the Gyro. Like BKB, you can expect him to pick that up pretty early, and it's going to be a way to control him like throughout the whole game.
Yeah, I agree with you. That because Isurus are clearly like, we're going to be the team that makes the newest noob from UA highlight reel right here. But that just means that Complexity will just be like, well, we're just going to go ahead and do our own thing on the side and try to just take fights when we know we're ready to take fights, and otherwise just be very elusive. But now with Spirit Breaker in there, you got that kind of mind game potential in the same sense like a Bounty Hunter, who is more of the platinum tier of that aspect, where it's just like, you don't know where they could be. They're going to be creeping up on you. You don't feel too safe being able to side push on your own with a Spirit Breaker out there, always in the dark. So I like that a lot. Is it worth, though, something that Complexity need to, you know, create a counter for, or get some sort of additional support to prevent the Spirit Breaker from kind of being that big mind factor? They've already committed to an Earthshaker. Is it to say that this is going to be an off-lane Earthshaker or not? Or do you feel like they have to be pretty committed to a support? Because we know this Wisp is going to be tied to this Gyro pretty often.
Yeah.
So I'm leaning towards this is a 3-position Earthshaker.
It would be like
a secondary.
It could be greedy of them to make it a support with the IO, but because he doesn't really support that well in the lane, but it mostly depends on where Complexity chooses to put the Gyro. Like, if they put the Gyro mid, then you know, the Earthshaker can't really solo support the safe lane. But if they put it in the safe lane, then, and they probably will because of Storm mid, I'm assuming. Then it's totally fine to have a Shaker support. I'm more worried for Isurus right now because they haven't really shown their carry, and Complexity is like abusing this fact. You know, like Storm has very few counters, and AIM's probably like the most apparent counter, and that probably would have been a good pick for Isurus. But now that, since they've relegated it to their 5th pick, like,
it's gonna get banned.
Complexity just bans it, and it's like, what are they gonna take now?
What will they be left with here to try to take it just in
Huskar,
case things go too long? Yeah. Oh yeah, Huskar. Yeah, it's like Ember, but I don't even know if I would trust an Ember against a Storm Spirit too much.
This is such a Huskar name.
I like that Rubik,
I can see
man, actually. Yeah, I was thinking Rubik could have been a secondary support. If they still wanted to put Earthshaker in the offlane, Rubik can use telekinesis to stop a Spirit Breaker from charging in, and there's a wealth of stuff there for Rubik to steal. And then, no surprise, AM. See you later, buddy. Yeah, man, now you're in Isurus' shoes, and you got to get something that will be able to hold down and shrug off a Storm Spirit in that mid game, and then be able to contest the Gyro in the late game there.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you do? You got. I mean, at this point, I feel like you got to think outside the box. But are they capable of doing that? I wonder if Isurus might have something up their sleeve. Unless there's an old stander.
The way that they're like taking up their time leads me to believe they didn't really have a backup plan, or like they didn't have a plan initially. Because if you wanted Huskar, you would have picked it like right now. Like, you would have picked it the second that it was your turn. And now they're kind of like, oh my god, they banned AM, they banned KoL. I don't know what I want anymore. It's kind of weird. Like, I hope they pick something good.
What, like Jug? Is Jug the worst thing ever? If they have to fall to like a Jug?
He's not, but he's definitely not that good versus like Storm, for example. There's no way that he can control him.
I'm just like, oh god, something pressure comes, they spin away. Okay, Bristle. I mean, it's been done. Maybe they're like, we have to put the Bristle in the lane with the Wisp and just hope that we could shut them down laning phase and cripply break them and yeah, maybe take him out in the mid game. We know Bristle has some capability of going late, but I don't think it's nearly as much as when a Storm could just kite the hell out of him and a Gyro would just like beat the shit out of him in the end. And all right, I'm a fan of this hero, I think.
Oh, that's so annoying for the Bristle. Like when you get mana leaks, it's like can't do anything anymore.
And then KotL gets a force and is just playing with them. Just mana leak, then you bounce him away with with the blinding light, and then you force him again. He'll have no mana after that.
This is so good for the Storm too. Like with the Wisp and the KotL, you can restore his mana to full basically in the mid game with just the Tether and the KotL Chakra. It's so good for the Storm. His uptime is really insane.
It's ridiculous.
This combo.
I know, like, sometimes I get into games with Charlie, EG manager Charlie, and he carries the hell out of us, of course. But all he does is play Storm. He's like a mini Blitz. He'll just play Storm every game. And when I play KotL with him, I just feel like the mobile mana gas station. All I do is just plop blind, give him some mana, and he's give me mana. And it's like, okay, man, relax. Don't hit me. I give him the mana, and then it's also really easy to bring him into a quick fight with his recall once I turn level 6. So we'll see how much of that they want to be able to utilize. But here we go, folks. It's BTS America Season 2, 4th day of coverage here. Isurus going against Complexity. We're still in the round of 16. We're waiting to see which team is going to move on forward here to the round of 8. And one step closer to that $10,000 prize pool here. Isurus, very aggressive here, looking to swarm right through the Complexity jungle, maybe in hopes of getting into a bit of fisticuffs. Do you think they have the better level 1 fight, even if something is to break out? They have the advantage in numbers, but I guess just maybe with Bristle, they feel like they'd be a bit more dominant.
Not really. I think Complexity, if they were in position, they would have a stronger fight because they have the Illuminate Blast, and Rocket Barrage is really strong. You can't underestimate Storm either. Like if you're diving into him, and then Shaker will just stop the charge pretty much, or like stop the follow-up. So it would have been easy for KoL. But I think Mistress had the advantage of position, like all being there. It was odd.
As a fellow support player, I'm sure you appreciate this. Oh, he got it. He got it. No, did he not? Oh, he did not get it, Fluff. He did not get it.
Oh my god.
It is just short. It is a fraction of a hair short. Oh, that's 2 centuries invested to try to remove this camp, and he's now like, wait, what? What the hell? What is it?
That happens to me every game, and I always check the replay, and it's like literally a pixel off. It's that nerf. You remember they nerfed sentries a couple patches ago? They made it like 100 less range.
What the hell? Mid lane, Queen of Pain. Must have been.
He died on their hill or something?
Look, he died like over here. Must have been over-invested or in something, trying to get a grab, and goes down. He doesn't have Blink either.
How did he die?
I don't know. Got so caught up in the ward action bottom lane, and apparently Pepita is in a game of his own as well, running up to the other side without a blink to get back out into a lane where it swindles Gyro and his good brother Z-Freak on the Wisp here. Look at this. Brothers in crime right now, Fluff. They are chasing down Pepita while they know he doesn't have a blink. He has it now, thank goodness. And he might have to just use it to get back. Nope, he'll be fine, but only one salve. And he might have to consider using. And now, wait, here comes Spirit Breaker. He's going for Z-Freak, but he goes right off to Swindle. Arctic Burnout will slow him down, but they do not have the chase here. And Swindle says, if you come any closer, I'm going to shoot the hell out of you. They turn back and away. All right, this is turned into quite a frisky game here, Fluff. I'm liking it so far.
Yeah, there's like, but this is the thing about this lane. There's so much pressure, and you know the Wisp is gonna be stacking like crazy for the Gyro, and that always bothers you. That's always in the back of your mind. And the fact that they had to rotate 3 heroes into the lane at 2 minutes, that just shows how good they are, and how much pressure they can apply.
Do you think because they're brothers, he knows that you can just yell at him right now to do something and get away with it? Just like, get over here, go! Like, I just imagine that maybe they can be a bit more lax with each other. And I'm very curious to see the synergy, like, behind the monitor between the two of them when they have to play something like a combo like this involved with Wisp, where you really need to be on the same page. So,
yeah.
I guess that's part of the reason why you were really amping it up during the draft, because maybe it's the two of them that play together.
They're really good at it. Oh, have you noticed that this Wyvern was camping behind me with the Invis rune, but the Complexity sent it around the side, so that it just dodged him, and now he's just like kind of chilling here, like waiting for a courier.
That's a lot of credit to Complexity, because on first hand you're going against Isurus. I don't know, is it bad to say you wouldn't give him that much credit that they might consider a cheeky play like that? But They are fully prepared. They exercise. They recognize that Wyvern's been missing from the map. Maybe they even got the gist that he had that invis, and they look to play it safer than sorry. It is time to upgrade this courier, though, Complexity. I know when 3 minutes strikes, and I get it flying, so let's go. Get it up. Get it up. Okay, well, I guess they'll wait a bit. There it is. All right. Now it's going to be flying back to base. But back at mid lane here, they continue to kind of make Pepita's life very hard, Fluff. 7-2 CS, and Swindle sporting 16-3, and the pressure's going to keep coming now that Z-Freak's happy to flex out the newly required Spirit Balls.
Yeah, I'm scared for them because if, like I said in the draft, if the co-op doesn't have like a decent start and gets up to the Orchid, that pretty much their only catch is the Spear Break. And if that's the case, then Complexity will just take all over the map and not really be afraid to farm at all.
Alright, looks like it's going to be 4-minute rune time. Z-Freak with his bottle prepared, goes for the top. The bottom will be secured by K&K. It's a DD rune here. And it's for a Spear Breaker. Oh, Pepita might be in a bit of trouble. Swindles is on the chase. It's going to force out the blink to the high ground. He will bottle up and make it away here. But I'm interested to see. Spear Breaker's like, whoa, 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 creeps. But they are going to make the committed charge here on a way to with this DD. With an Ion Shell on that, this is going to be a lot of damage. He might even be able to get him here. Oh, he surges, but he gets kind of body blocked. Maybe the range creep gets in the way. Regardless, they say Ziz, and they're not going to risk it. They walk the hell away, but not before they put down a cheeky little Ion Shell onto these creeps. Oh, they're just trying to take as much as possible. Look like a fair split between both sides. And okay, reinitiation. Here comes K&K, wants to charge in and gets the bop. And they're going to kill Z-Freak first. Now Swindles gets solo rocket barrage. K&K trying to juke. Oh! Sidestep right there, trying to make it into the high ground. Blast got him. Way 2 catches him with the KotL. This is just ridiculous. But it's still going to be Complexity to get the better of it. Way 2 gets a kill for his KotL. They do end up losing their Wisp, but Spear Breaker gets dropped. It's a bit chaotic here.
Yeah, but it's all. I think it's all favoring Complexity in the end. And we haven't really talked about the Bristol pick too much. Like, we kind of hinted at it that they were gonna go for this mid game, and yeah, he can't. He's known for his late game. He can do it to some capacity, but not really. I think this game is just gonna be determined by a couple of fights for Isurus. Like, they really need to pick up the pace in the mid game and really see if they can take really good engagements for them. Maybe force Roshan with the Bristol, take some towers, and make Complexity react to them, something like that. That would be their key.
Yeah. They can draw.
And look at this. Look at this. As soon as they hit 6 with Complexity, like, they don't take any. They don't waste any time. Almost a little under 6 minutes, and they just farmed up so many stacks on the gyro. Getting huge.
Crazy. Call down is like ridiculously loud when you just dive into sweet gold piles like this. And 1400. Is he gonna invest it straight into some sort of damage, like an early Sage get up, or is it a BKB style kind of a game? Now that you got this, this much wealth coming your way, what are you gonna do about it?
I think he'll just build HP, like efficient HP and damage items. Like right now, he's picked up Threads. That'll be one of them, and maybe a Bracer if he wants to go for the drums, or Helmet Helm if he wants to scale. I'm not really sure, but anything he goes is good if it has HP.
Oh, they want to kill him. Oh, long charge is going to bump. Pepita's there with the Sonic Wave, and they're going to get the kill on the gyro. Z-Freak comes in, gets a lot of connections with the balls there, and that means that Ziz is going to jump in and clean him up. Makes it a 1-for-1 trade. Gyro for the Queen of Pain. The rest of Isurus say, we want no more. Back up and away here. But, hey, Isurus, they knock down the gyro, who is at the top of the net worth, so that gives them a nice little bit of a purse right there, Fluff. Not too bad.
Yeah, that was really fortunate timing for them. I don't know if they planned that, but the Wisp was going to check the rune, so he was away, and then they managed to snipe off Swindle in the process. But right now, Wisp is about 30 XP away from level 6, and that's when the game actually begins.
This is when we can play Dota. When Wisp reaches his true form, to relocate. I wouldn't mind seeing Complexity maybe smoke, try to pick, and even if that doesn't work out, you can plant down some aggressive wards.
They can kill top, for example. Like, even though Bristleback's a tanky hero, he's not really that tanky versus Gyro's burst. He has like call down and rocket barrage. If he's out of position, Fissure and Enchant and the Echo even, he's almost 6 on Shaker.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Destroy him.
They could wait for his 6 and have the Echo. Now he will step off for now and just farm. Sign of the kind of the side camp here. Has a Vanguard now, so it does have a bit more tank. But between the 3 of them, they could be able to catch him still at his solo.
Yeah, he'll be. It makes this is a good pickup because it'll be a lot harder. But he has to step like kind of in front of the tier 1 of the Radiant for him to be considered out of position. If he's somewhat close to his tower, then I would definitely not go for that. It would be too easy to reinforce.
I do have to make a side note, and it was told to me and I forgot to bring it up. The score indicator at the top, everyone, is totally inaccurate. It is a reborn thing. Andre, the headmaster admin, let us know that there's some sort of weird bug with it. So please disregard these indicators at the top saying that Isurus is 1 game up. They are not up. They did not hack the system.
Yeah, one day we'll be out of
bottom lane. Oh, there's a relocate, and they're gonna come in. They're looking for the Darkseer. Already put out the Surge though. Back end of it. Ziz has no mana, so he can't make a jump, and he's just gonna go. Oh, first relocate gank is gonna be unsuccessful. Quick TP out, and Swindle will show up to the mid lane here, and it's Z-Freak in trouble. They kill him on the way back. Okay, okay. Pepita's gonna pick up that one. Queen of Pain. This is good. A little bit of redemption for her after the bit. Quite tough mid lane. Ooh, 930 gold.
That was such an odd place to relocate from. I guess they were in that position to begin with, and then they said, okay, it's worth it. Anyway, let's just go for it even if I die. But the fact that they didn't get the trade means they just lose an Isle for free, and that's a bit odd that they didn't get the kill in the Darkseer going for that. Should have been easy for them.
I didn't really recognize either if Isurus, the second that they decided to do the relocate play, they immediately converged to the mid lane to meet them, or if they just were there and like, oh, look, a Wisp left. We'll just wait for him to come back.
Oh, they definitely converged.
Okay.
They definitely converged.
Good. Good heads-up movement there for Isurus. Now, Ruffy in this top lane here. MGW is walking at him like, I got a Fissure waiting for you, and I'm going to bump you with a totem. Oh! Swing and a miss!
Dire's middle tower is
But the charge is coming in, Fluff. The charges are coming. They got the vision, but it also gets spotted. Swindle, a gyrocopter who conveniently needs to be in the neighborhood. We'll spot him out. Are they going to rotate in and help out? No, he's actually just going to cancel the charge and turn the corner. Okay, so fortunately for him, Swindle spots him. But now they're back at mid lane here. Tier 1 is very low, Fluff. Peta's here now with company. They will get taken down. They're able to pick up the kill. It's not going to get denied. Charge out on Swindle here. Bristle's trying to be like, hey, stay and fight. Here comes K&K, Queen ulti, and the call down they're going to quickly run from. K&K, though, is going to get pulled in from Ziz. They will easily bop forward and finish him off. Turns into a 1-for-1 trade. That's the one position in some sort of sense for each team here. But getting the catch in the gyro first is pretty swell there for Isurus.
Yeah.
Oh! Top lane, sorry, they got a vacuum wall. MJW barely alive, and he surges the illusion. Oh, hit him! Okay. Oh, it had an ion shell too.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
He got
Those are the funniest kills.
That would have been the best. Oh well. MJW, he's a player. Michael J. White will make it back to base unharmed. 4-4. There's a lot of action, but there's not a lot of deaths. It's quite surprising.
Yeah. I think Bristol farmed the Ancients really recently in the top network.
Oh yeah.
Really nice for him. They definitely need this. I think one point of contention for them is to go for the Roshan play at some point. Like when they feel they have some advantage, maybe they got a pick or like a good position on the map for the Roche. Here, Bristol's pretty big. It'll be really nice for them.
Can anyone get like a medallion or something to make it just a little bit easier? I think.
Maybe only Wyvern, I guess. Like probably no one else is really a natural builder.
Do you think Glimmer though would be more priority for this Wyvern to try to push for? It's pretty selfless Wyvern,
he's
so
not gonna get it.
Getting either of those seems a bit ambitious. For now, it's like maybe step up for a Soul Ring first, something.
Like I play 5. When I first transitioned to the 5 role, I thought like a 4, so I thought like, oh, I can buy medallion, like no problem. But then a lot of times it would just be way too late, or like I wouldn't be able to get it at all. So I just stopped trying. I'm just like, Whitebeard or moving it.
They get a kill on the way too as they charge on in with Pepita on the Ion Shell using this haste rune. Now they also try to relocate. Oh, barely the urn gets the kill. Oh man.
Oh my god, he actually would have got away too. He dodged a couple balls, but I thought that was a failed relocate.
We catch the back end of that one, bottom lane. They swarm onto Ziz and run him right over. Action breaks up from top to bottom, so they're Gonna get the KotL
Radiant's bottom
and
tower
Ziz
is
in
under
exchange for
attack.
the Queen of Pain, who barely scathed away. Isurus are kind of... They're giving CoL a run for their money.
They're playing to their strength, and that's what they need to do. And they're doing it efficiently. Like, it's 13 minutes, but they're not
Radiant's
suffering on
bottom
levels.
tower
They
is
still
under
have the farm they need, and it's all good right now.
Top tower is under attack.
Here comes the linebacker. Okay, KNK's gonna cancel, but he will wait.
Radiant structures
Scout
are
out the
fortified.
opportunity here. It feels like Complexity are very eager. I want to get this tier 1 top lane.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Bottom lane,
attack.
it looked like they were going to actually rotate in for backup, but they actually canceled it out. What are they doing instead? MJW has his TP still, and Z-Freak still needs about 15 seconds for the relocate in case something does break out bottom lane. Wait, 2's like, I'll try to slow it down, guys, but I'm just a KotL after all. If they dive me here, I'm in big trouble here. They are diving me.
Radiant's
They're
bottom
thinking about
tower
it.
is under attack.
I'm going to need some help. He's not even level... He didn't even get his level 6 yet either, so he can't recall someone in.
Look at his skill build. He has level 8, but he has 1 mana leak, 3 illuminate, no ulti. What do you think about that?
I mean, sometimes if I'm like super greedy, I'll actually do 4-0-4.
Yeah,
and
that's legit.
You know, blast down the jungle. But he's like, I'll do a little bit of everything, but not the ulti. I don't know. I probably would have put the ulti and just kept the mana at 3, to be honest. Because a fight like this, and you know, at the same time though, it's not a lot of people are hefty right clickers, so is blinding light really necessary right now? Right now I feel like there's more value in the quills and them taking it. They're gonna go for Ziz, Winter's Curse, and see you later. I'm Storm Spirit.
I don't know how they thought they would have the burst for that. Maybe they needed a wall, but it would have been. He would have had like 100 HP with the wall, even with the illusion hitting it.
I just feel like they don't have good quick burst damage, not without Queen of Pain there. They're going for mid lane KNK, and they're going to get the quick and easy kill. They jump in, Rocket Barrage, that was all set up from MJW and his Fisher. Quick and painless right there. But yeah, without Queen of Pain really being involved, Isurus just don't have quick damage.
Yeah.
It's like stacking. Like these are heroes that thrive on long-winded fights, where my Ion Shell can do as much damage as possible, where I can stack as many quills as I can. When, you know, we'll get the right opportunity for the big vacuum wall and the Winter's Curse. I just feel like these opportunities are not going to happen. And oh, they get to relocate out. Was that really necessary? Well, it might have been, because there's 3 here now. But what are they going to do about poor little Z-Freak now to get him out of here? Is Teal going to get close? Yeah, he could tether.
Oh, he's charged. Wow.
He comes back. They're ignoring him. Z-Freak also is just kind of sitting there. Oh, he's got Shadow Amulet. He's under a Shadow Amulet. That's why.
Doesn't look like it.
I know. Freaking Wisp. Now he's like, hey, I'm here now.
Wow.
They get the Spirit Breaker, and now they're looking to turn back here, and Dolce's in big trouble. Rocket's already out, Ern's there, and yeah, he's going to get taken care of. Z-Freak's actually going to grab that, and he's on a killing spree on this Wisp. Big blast right in the face. Boom! Annihilate him. 3 go down, but they do get a quick return kill. MJW going to get taken apart from Pepita. Ziz, very weak and wounded, is going to have to shuffle off to this bounty rune. But all day, it is going to be Complexity who get the better trade, making it about a 1K swing in their direction. So 9-8.
That was so close.
Oh.
Wow, and Z-Freak's such a player. About the Shadow Amulet comes back in Invis. We don't even know what's going on. That's how Wisp works. And
I mean, do you have to cast it in Fountain and then just stay there in Fountain and Viz? I think that's what it was, yeah.
Otherwise, they would have known what was up.
That's hilarious. Because I'm like, I guess they have bigger fish that they want to fry and they try to run away. But props to Z-Freak here, so he's going to just utilize that and get a Glimmer Cape. You know, be well. That way they, you know, typically you're going against Wisp, you want to just focus fire him down. But if you don't have detection, you can't see him, you're not going to be able to do that as they try to go into Ziz. He tried to go for the Nether Strike, but Ziz had to commit all of his mana to jump out from the range. And he will make it back to the safety of the tower here. So, uh-oh. They spotted a Z-Freak. Vacuum! Got him!
Whoa.
You're not going anywhere, boy! They're going to run him down now. Look at him go. They're going to get him. Get him, get him, get him.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going to annihilate him, take it apart. He is done.
He didn't overcharge. You know, okay, you know what? I thought it was a weird play that he was standing in the trees there, not tethering out, but it's because they had the ward here that they scouted the courier, and I think he was trying to kill it, but he never hit it with overcharge. And then almost finished at the end, but if he had taken overcharge for 1 second, he would have got the courier kill.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Very clever. Very clever. Bottom lane, though. Oh, charge. Quick, forces out the call down. Ziz jumps in, and KNK is like, oh, no thank you. Turns back. And, yeah, that forces out. a good ultimate. It forces out the Ziz rotation. Not the worst thing ever, all at the expense of just a kinky little charge there. So Complexity feel a bit on edge. I hope they don't totally over or underestimate their opponent's Isurus here. But overall, I feel like the composition just doesn't work for Isurus. I really fear as the game goes on, this is going to get harder and harder for them unless somehow this Bristleback starts hitting like a frickin' truck. And it looks like he's going to go for an SMY, but until he gets like, you know, I don't know, like a basher into an Abyssal Blade and some sort of hefty right-click hit, I would not be, you know, scared.
They pretty much have to execute their combo to, I don't know, 80% of its potential on average. That means their strategy is like just harder to execute. And for Complexity, all they have to do is just land their spells and survive and dodge the big combos, and then they'll be okay. So it's really execution based for them. But at the same time, they also kind of have the timing in my mind where like they don't really scale into the late game as well as Complexity does either.
Peta is about to get an Ags. That will make her her burst damage a bit more frequent to reach out to. Look at this very aggressive movement coming out. They have that ward, so they're gonna chop all the way to this top lane and cut it. Now the charge is out, double rotations in. Z-Freak has relocate. Might need to consider using it. He actually uses the Glimmer on the Swindle, so they focus him immediately, and he's dead. Okay, was this expedition worth it, Complexity? And they are going to try to get the hell out of there. Oh, he gets bopped, so the recall's not going to be happening. But Mikey J. White is going to be the gatekeeper here, if necessary. You shall not pass! Annihilates him with the fissure.
This Rainbreaker needs a dust. He should definitely have a dust right now. Yeah. There's no reason not to have it.
Yeah.
But you see how Complexity plays though? Like, that's so random, right? There's nobody around them. They're creep skipping behind the tier 2 top and enemy jungle. That's just how they play. That's what I'm saying. They do random stuff, so it's always unexpected with this combo, but a lot of times they get away with it. They just got punished heavily there, though.
That's something like I would see. Okay, hold on. Whoa, dunk happening here. Mikey J. White, looking like Michael Jordan, jumps in, annihilates the Queen of Pain, and now they're looking for Swindle. Gets the help of Z-Freak, who comes in just in time to help out. That's going to be the call down. They get the Winter's Curse, but it's not going to be close enough to Swindle to lock him in. It will finish off the Wisp. Oh, vacuum wall, though. Swindle going to get charged. He's going to go down. Mikey J. White, is he getting away? He will. Oh, man. A 2 for 2. At the end of it, led in with a huge echo start from MJW, which will take the Queen out, but Isurus respond very quickly, and they're able to bring down both Z-Freak and Swindle.
Yeah, they're actually just, you know, they're not letting Complexity run around and do random stuff. They're ready to punish it. They're always thinking about how to go. But the problem is they're using 5 heroes for this, and I'm kind of wondering like if Complexity needs to do this, because they have Storm farming safe in, and they have KotL just blasting mid, so that fight was just like pretty much 3v5, and I don't know if they're like calling it space or if they're just doing random ganks or what's their plan with that, but it's kind of odd that they're getting punished so hard, and so it's with such a frequency. Like, I mean, they just got killed top and then they go back straight away and kill them again. Kind of weird.
Well, the thing is, Fluff, is Dota is a game of objectives. They have big team fight potential. They can come away with that and what they may consider a win after that team fight. But you got to be able to follow up with some big money objectives there. Now, they did get the tier 1 top, but I feel like Complexity have a team that's going to be pretty hard to push into as well. You know, we have the potential later on with Storm Spirit, Fountain jumping, annihilating waves. We already know Keeper of the Light is fantastic at blasting and relieving pressure. Fissure blocks coming out if necessary. I feel like that if it even, let's say, they do manage to get all of these team fights going their way with their big fancy ultimates, and they push it to the Complexity base, I feel like that's still just going to be another hurdle for them to have to work over, and even more time for Complexity to be a problem in the late game. I mean, would you agree that you think it's a bit, Complexity could be a bit tough to push into?
Very, very difficult to push into. With the KotL Earthshaker, Storm, there's no way you break base. You can try at least, but it's going to be very difficult. But overall, you know, Complexity, they're outfarming, they're controlling the map, so I think they're maintaining their advantage here. So like, even though they die top 2 times in a row, doesn't really make that big of a difference for the game. Swindle's still top 1 net worth.
Oh, they're looking to cut off Swindle here, Fluff. Hold on. KK moves in, gets the surge help. Now he's going to lead out with the charge. And they're out. And they're going to wait for Z-Freak here. They have detection, though. We've learned our lesson once before. He has a Glimmer Cape. Let's see here.
There's a sentry.
A sentry, but that's not close. Where's the dust?
Wyvern doesn't have it. Oh, we got recalled. You know, that's the KotLGuy comp. Really nice timing.
Oh, gentlemen. Very smart play. Nicely timed out. Way 2. Gets the recall on the Wisp as he relocates back. And it's just an easy, easy save. And Isurus are like, that? They'll head back to mid lane now, though. They're hungry. They're like, you dare embarrass us? Now they're striking for MJW. And, okay, well, they're going to engage now. They move in, call down, jump in from Ziz. And it's beautiful on the 2 here. They get the mech off. Vacuum wall. They have to try to avoid running through it. Wisp is going to be forced Sonic Wave, but it's only after Pepita's going to get dropped. And now they're going to have Ziz running back it away. Oh, Echo not going to be on the money there. They're still hunting for the Bristle, but look at down below. Oh, look at Swindle barely kept alive, but the Winter's Curse, he's still good. That overcharge is holding him on, and he just annihilates them all. Oh my God, what a play from Swindle and Z-Freak.
Wow. He was just living with just barely a sliver of health from the urn on the Wisp. Oh my goodness.
That was like when you get a raccoon with their back against the corner and they're like, ah, and they're freaking out. And he just unleashed a fury.
Alright.
And they're going to be able to take out this tier 2.
That's what I'm saying though. Isurus, they have like they obviously have potential to do some really sick combos, but if everybody's not there in perfect position, they can't execute it. Like you saw there's a vacuum wall going off, but where's Wyvern? Wyvern's far away. The Wyvern throws his ulti, and then there's nothing else to combo with because Klopp's there, or the Klopp's ulti's down or something like that. It's just like just so much more difficult for them. They're just getting kited all over the place.
Yeah, it was also just like you said, a split up mess. I mean, at one part before the whole Swindle breakdown moment there, MJW was getting in his own confrontation with Bristleback, got thrown off a bit, the blinding light, and the Echo ended up not working out for him. And this is a lineup that you can't be forced to be split apart. Isurus need to be one fine oiled machine. They want to be able to really succeed in these fights. And if Complexity are able to dictate the fights in a sense where they can just kind of split it apart like Moses, then Isurus are going to be in a bit of trouble. So we'll see if they come together. Not a lot of emphasis from either team just yet, Fluff, going for the Roche. Instead, Isurus, they smoke, and they're going to maybe hope for a wraparound setup.
Yeah, they can't really just walk in there. Like, the way I was saying they should set it up is that if they get a pick, like, they force some type of movement. But if they just go in, it's so easy for Complexity contest.
Oh, on the high ground, nice vacuum through, and that's the Winter's Curse they've been hoping to get a hold of after the vacuum, but it's still not enough to go on to Swindle. Charge on through from KNK, here comes the Nether Strike. Oh my, what an echo coming out from MJW, but they quickly shrug it off with the mech. No one goes down, Isurus holds strong, and they continue to push on. They won't wait to old man, crippled, broken hip. Now they want MJW. He's gonna try to sit there, drops the fissure, can't get the enchant totem off. And that is 4 from Complexity going down. Fluff, huge echo. How the hell did Isurus just kind of shrug that one off and keep fighting forward?
It's just because like the gyro was just not in fighting shape to really land like the finishing damage for the echo. It's just a setup spell in that situation. The gyro going down to the nice charge and the Spirit Breaker really changed the way that fight worked. And here we go. They got the picks. They got the eviction. No one's able to contest really, and then they're gonna go for the Roche. Really good for them if they can pull it off. Storm's rotating in actually. Let's see if you can do like a Monkey Steal or a Korok Steal or something.
Irish.
Oh, a little early.
Yeah, he might get a free courier. Gets back into the low ground. Charge. They have the vision the whole time. Oh, that's yeah. Okay.
That was YOLO.
Crazy play from the Mexican weatherman. Forecast is failure, and unfortunately this means Isurus will easier secure the Aegis on top of it, immediately going right to your Bristleback.
That was a 4K gold swing, probably more. A little bit more than 4K now. Ooh. Back into Isurus. That's huge.
Yes. Here they come. They're getting to that hurdle, Fluff, where I'm like, okay, now they gotta...
Holy crap. Oh, it's more. Look at the net graph. That just updated.
Oh,
It's like 8K almost.
That's
wow.
ridiculous. Huge.
I've actually never seen that kind of drop in a long time.
Well, buckle up. Oh, man. So
what?
They're going to get to that hurdle point now already. And look at this. Way2 just caught outside the front door, and he's going to get taken care of. Complexity crumbling a little bit here. Had a bit of a tough series against Root Gaming. Came over. Maybe, you know, we're going against Isurus. This should be in the bag, but Isurus came to play. Put together a bit of a funky draft lineup that seems very, very team fight, and, well, that's where it counts. They clearly have shown they have just bested Complexity in most of these fights. They followed up with a Roche. I was criticizing if the objectives were going to be there, and they are showing me that they are. All the same time, though, look at this. Top lane, split push coming in. Swindle and Z-Freak trying to add some pressure onto the tier 3 and get one of their own.
That's annoying. They're actually going to win this race with 2 girls.
Yes, they are.
Oh, this is such a good opportunity for them, and now it's gone because of the split push.
Now they retreat. Are they going to be able to catch him here? Here comes Darkseer. Vacuum onto 2. Oh! Ho, ho! They get it again. Winter's Curse.
Oh my god.
Now the body bumps. Swindle's like, God damn it. There's a call down.
He has a butterfly. How did he bash him 3 times in a row?
But bottom lane though, they're still trading up. Look at Complexity. They're gonna catch the rest before they can go. They quickly annihilate Pepita, and that's gonna be the Aegis down now.
Yeah. This guy's like, I got this position. I might not get it again. I'm just gonna stay here, wait for my team to clean up our base, and we'll just go right back. And this is actually gonna be so good for them if they can take the fight at the bottom lane with no relocate. Since he just blew it, tried to save the gyro, but he got Wyvern's cursed. I think if they can go for the base or like regroup, that'd be really nice. But it seems like without the co-op and without the team being nearby, it's just gone. The opportunity is lost. I think that position they got there, being able to hit the bottom lane without like KotL being alive, was like super good for them. But CoL did the right move.
Yeah.
Even though they paid for it, like the fact that melee racks is open forever now with no tower guarding it is just always going to be on the back of their mind, and it's going to be an easy play for Complexity. Really easy play for them to just TP in there and take the racks, especially with the damage that Tyro's dealing right now.
Well, they'll try their best to just double back in the meantime, Fluff, push out these lanes. They have Wyvern, so you got Splinter Blast, so it will help keep as many creeps as possible at bay here. They want to not allow the backdoor kind of opportunity, but you're right. Other than that, it's, you know, dip into the smoke bank and see if maybe you can find your own setup onto him here. But
thing is, they can't just smoke in their base whenever they feel like it. They need to constantly pressure lanes as well, because Complexity will be pushing out 3 lanes at a time with their setup, and
Way2's in trouble.
Okay.
Yeah, he's dead.
Well, at least he has an egg, right?
Well, he's like, there's a ward or something here. And there is. There's a ward just nearby which spotted him out, led to the charge, led to his death. So it's a KotL death for the intel of what kind of vision Isurus are working with.
Yeah, that was weird. But what I was saying is that if they smoke and ultimately pushing in our 2 or 3 lanes, they'll know what play is happening. They'll just turtle up. Complexity won't get fooled. But I mean, actually, the fact that Way2 got caught there is like pretty surprising. Maybe he's just like, I know Way2, I played with him before in the past, and sometimes he's just YOLO. Like, he doesn't really think about it. Sometimes he's just like, okay, I'm gonna go here. But I mean, that's really fortunate for Isurus actually. The fact that they can be sieging a tower right now.
Yep, and there's no KotL blast to slow him down or anything. Complexity put more priority, pushing out this mid lane, but even emphasis from Pepita. Just annihilating the next wave with their Sonic Wave. And now she'll head back. They get their tier 2 and they're going to turn tail. And we'll see what Complexity decide to do. They're just going to step back. They got the pressure they wanted down to this mid lane. And they're just going to do what we expected a bit of before. And that's just kind of evade the fight, take when they feel that they're ready to go. And that's probably not going to be until they get swindled that much beefier. Looks like he already has the Demon Sword. He's going to be probably going for an MKB, I would imagine. Or maybe just going straight Daedalus, straight extra right click. Do you really need
No, you don't do that.
Do you need the MKB?
Because if you go Daedalus, the only hero that gets crit is the one that you're hitting immediately. The MKB is just way better. And I don't think he's going to go Rapier. There's no way.
I wouldn't mind it, but that makes sense. More just raw damage. Make more of these flaks. And as you can see, little creep waves stand no chance to the mighty Swindle and his gyrocopter. So he will head off here. And look at Z-Freak. Even able to flex his little wisp muscle here. He's got a Sage, probably looking to turn that into a halberd if necessary.
That's such an old school item. No one even builds that anymore. Like usually people go for the new like cool items like Lotus Orb.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I just buy that because it's cooler. You know, like Arteezy.
Yeah. When
he was casting with Envy, he was like, you know, you don't get these items together because they just don't look cool. That's one of those situations. Doesn't look good.
I mean, it's just style points if you can, like, perhaps maybe Laguna someone back and kill them. I mean, the intention mostly is probably for the benefit of the dispel, but sometimes you get style points if they conveniently don't even notice the Lotus Orb and accidentally track themselves, or kill themselves. I've had a sniper accidentally headshot himself. Creates a lot of fun.
Wait, what? You
yeah,
can
yeah.
headshot off Lotus Orb?
Yes, yeah, you can headshot off. Not, I mean, well, his assassin's ultimate, the ultimate of sniper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
not just basic headshot.
No sense. Does it have a casting time, or does it just reflect heavily?
They like shoot at the same exact moment, so yeah, there's the identical casting time.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. Well, Isurus here, they were in a very strong stand. Back at bottom lane, they pushed in. Complexity showed that, hey, better recognize we have split pressure coming your way, and it's just, you know, are you going to get the better of this trade? So they've been forced into more of a docile position now. But they are seeing if it's possible. Uh-oh, they have a recall coming in. So Complexity are going to be all on hand here. Possibly looking to take a fight in Isuru jungle. There we go. Jump in from Ziz. They get the vision. They're going to get the catch on the Wyvern. They can take him out. That's big. He might need to buy back. He will. They're also getting the follow-up on the Bristle. Now is the jump in. Big blinding light to kind of separate everyone apart and keep them away, but the wall's already been committed. They quickly take out Way 2. And Bristle, he annihilates the Wisp. Now turns onto Swindle here. Swindle's going to try to plant down strong, but there's going to be the quick hold embrace, saves him out from Rouse. Swindle still holding on. They're able to chunk down Pepita here. There's the Echo. Bristle very low. Vortex pull, and he is done. Ziz going to get the triple kill, and it looks like Isurus will be not taking over this team fight. Complexity come out huge. Ultra kill for your Storm Spirit. That's 5 taken down all day. If you count the buyback from your Winter Wyvern, only Darkseer, their survivor. Oh, this is huge for Complexity.
Yeah.
A lineup where they're just going to get better and better. This might be the beginning of the end.
I want to comment about the Wyvern. Like, the Wyvern flying back was really good, but I think he overemphasized the fact that he should ulti the Wisp. Like, I think when you play Wyvern, you want to usually ulti on top of the high physical damage tier. Like, if you threw it on the Gyrocopter, I think the fight could have been completely different because they, like, when he killed Wisp, that was it. Like, there was no relocate utility. If he had just held the gyro in place for a second, the Bristle probably would have cleaned him up, and then Storm had no mana. So I think he kind of miscasted, or maybe he's just not thinking too much about, like, he's tunnel visioning on the Wisp.
Yeah, I agree. It's been used every time, and you always kind of question is even at the best moment here. Now they do a nice little side mission. They head to the top lane, clear out the remaining racks from Isurus. And with them a bit distracted, they're going to try to check out this Roche Pit. Now, we have still a broken clock that needs a battery valve. Because I have no idea when this Roche comes back, unless a little handy pop-up will tell me. So we just got to hope that if you're rooting for Complexity, it's going to pop up now. And there it is. And
well, okay.
Okay. But Isurus are quickly on the scene. Look at this, Fluff. They're smoking in. We know you guys want this. But Complexity, patient. They're pinging. Something's fishy here. Smokes pop. They see Wyvern. Wyvern's like, what the hell's going on? Why am I popped and no one else? Flies up to hide over the hill. And they do kind of get a brief catch on the Swindle here. Oh, they see Z-Freak. Pepita's moving in. They're all trying to run here. Now they're going to commit the call down. Fisher will move in. Call down's not on the mark, though. Now Bristle looking for Swindle. Vacuum back into the wall. Here comes Z-Freak. Winter's Curse on top. They're looking to finish him off, and they get Swindle down. Nice. MJW also going to get dropped. They look back for Z-Freak. It's a 3-man takedown, but here comes Diz. Blasts on in, gets the quick kill. Pepita taken out, but here comes Bristle. He's going to siege like a truck. Way 2. Not going to get stopped. Now they look for Ziz. Oh, he doesn't have the mana to make it down. He tries twice. He's dead.
Oh, my God.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
Ziz just couldn't make it down to the river.
No way.
He tried twice. Oh, that was heartbreaking. Big fight for Isurus. That was more in tune. It looked like the moment Complexity were like, we need to turn and fight this, they were just like, it wasn't a good position. They were not all together. Swindle's just like, I'm going to drop a call down in the side shop, which wasn't even on the Quap, and it was a bit crazy. But now, okay, they re-engaged. Ziz is back now. Mana leak onto your Bristle. He's done for. He goes down. Isurus got a bit greedy, maybe go for this Roche where they're not prepared for a second wind of fights, which easily could come in the hands of a Storm Spirit, especially with a KotL who can now bring in additional help if necessary. Even Z-Freak shows up. Oh, they cut the wrong way. Broke the ankles. He's going bottom. He's gone. And Complex will have to head elsewhere. Woo! Let's take that all in for a moment. Where the hell are we in this game?
Well, Isurus took a really nice fight. A disastrous fight for Complexity, and then they had Bristol go into the Roshan, but that's what you do after you win, and then everyone left him, and he just got picked off by himself. I don't know why Darkseer wasn't with him. He has the Greaves passes and the Glimmer. Probably could have saved Bristol there when the solo swarm.
Ziz forced to pop a BKB here, and now we'll get the catch on to Darkseer. He comes back from the Glimmer, pops the shitless. Oh, there it is! Oh, there it is! Big Sonic Wave! Pull! The Swindle's fine, they can't quite get him. He's under that Glimmer Cape still, and he's still holding on, and that's scary. They have blown their load, and Gyrocopter is full life here with Z-Freak in hand, and they just quickly decimate them. This is going to be scary now for Isurus. They have just shot what they can out of their cannon, and they're just going to look to fight here. They're hoping that they can quickly burst down Z-Freak, but now he goes into his Glimmer. Everyone just glimmers the hell up. And now comes the blast. Darkseer done for. Swindle, double kill for him. Pepita still needs to wait 7 seconds to even out a Sonic Wave. Not going to get it. Ziz jumps in, gets the Orchid, gets the kill. Steps back. Now, finally, they're able to bring down Z-Freak, but it might come at the expense of this Bristleback, and it will. Double kill for Ziz. And we will have to take a timeout. Just a moment here. And,
wow,
you know, appreciate it. So, all right. All 5 from Isurus do go down. It looked like the combo was there, but Swindle took nothing of it, Brian. Nothing at all. The Glimmer played a big factor there, but what else?
They took the fight without the Bristle. Bristle was respawning, and then Quap had no more damage left, so they couldn't even finish off the Storm with probably 10% HP and no mana. That was really sad for them. And even looked the walls up. So I'm not sure why the wall didn't go down, or was he dead that long? They should the 100-second cooldown, so he should have. That means he didn't cast it in the fight, right?
I didn't see it.
That probably would have made a difference. That's a shame that he didn't get it off. But it's still an awkward fight to take.
Yeah.
Like you're 45 in Bristol.
It feels bad, man. Isurus now watch their second racks taken apart now. And they will call the game. I gotta say though, I applaud Isurus for a lineup that was very highlight worthy. We got some highlight worthy little team fights there. They were definitely a spunky bunch, and Complexity understood more of their fight composition, how they could play the game to their advantage, and just kind of did so.
It wasn't about the fact that they weren't playing well. It was harder for them to play the game. So maybe going to game 2, they should think of how to pick an easier to execute lineup, and then like take Complexity on that way, because like they were executing well, they were taking good fights when they could, and they tried really hard. So yeah, applaud them.
I'm also curious if things would have been a bit different if they did somehow happen to get that AM over this Bristleback. I think it would have also been a very different game. So maybe they have to rethink that draft, and if that's something they're shooting for, maybe put more value into that position. But it could be very different depending on the draft itself. But anyways, Fluff, we got to end this one. We got to get ready to go into a game number 2. It's a full day of Dota, folks, here for BTS Americas. I'm KotLGuy for Beyond the Summit. Joining me, of course, is Fluff on his Twitter, Fluff Dota. We'll be back for game 2 of Complexity going against Isurus. See you soon.